Welcome back to Ed-A-Thon, celebrating the works of Ed Annunziata, creator of Ecco the Dolphin, among others. This is in support of Tiny Hope Village, which is raising money to help build tiny homes to house the unhoused in Bryan, Texas. I am Grim Shins, and I am joined by cheekychunk and Brobey, who are going to be racing Ecco the Dolphin Defender of the Future on the Sega Dreamcast. Cheeky, Brobey, if you want to say hi, introduce yourselves.
Ladies first.
Oh, yo, I'm Brobey. I like the speedrun, and watching Cheeky Chunk play this has got me like wanting to speedrun this myself. So it's been a great ride.
Hello, my name is cheekychunk. I bizarrely also like to speedrun. And I've been begging people to speedrun this game since summer 2020, so it's paying off now.
All right. This is a pretty cool game transition Echo into 3D. Notorious for being a very difficult game, as most Echo games are. But you're going to see some pretty cool stuff over the course of the speed run. And yeah, I see we're working on getting a timer up on the screen there. Once that's positioned, we'll get started. Oh, and I just see another fellow Echo runner, Cronoon, in chat. Cronoon, hot off of his 3-hour and 34-minute glitchless time in this game.
Definitely glitchless. Wink, wink.
Wait. Yeah, get him in here. It's a race. He's ready.
Dude, big shout out Cronin for showing up because I know he's had very, very little sleep. So he's set multiple alarms just to be here. And we're very grateful for him.
How about it, Cronoon? You up for some commentary that you didn't know that you were going to do? No? Okay, fine.
Ooh.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, commentary? Maybe.
That could be great.
I thought I meant run. No. Just if you wanna help out with commentary, just hop into SegaCrew General. I'll get you pulled over.
Crack open a cuddle with the boys. It's early in the morning. Come on. We got future to be defending.
Alrighty, folks.
All
We
right,
do have
looks
a timer
like we've got
on the
the
overlay.
timer in a legible place now. So I think we're ready to kick off the race.
Okay, doke. Roby, don't mess this up.
And let me
You
just pull
too,
in
man.
Cronoon real
Wink,
quick.
wink.
Cronoon, welcome.
Is he in the VC?
Oh,
He
rolling?
is, yes.
A
I'm
little
sure he'll
shy.
figure it out. So, who wants to count off? Shall I provide the countdown?
Oh, no, that's the whole reason we got Cronin in here, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'd have to count.
It's only down from free, right?
All right. Well, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, if you say so. This game's kind of hard, you know. All right. Well, starting from 3, I'll do 3, 2, 1. Don't go. Wait, don't. But 3 to go. All right.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
And we're off.
All
So right off the
right.
bat, you might see me pulling away from Broby in terms of loading speeds. Don't think too much about it.
Yes, I should mention that this speedrun is timed with loads removed because depending on the age of the CD drive or even the presence of the CD drive, that can have an impact on loading times, which will have an impact on your real-time attack time. But this opening stage, this is Aquamarine Bay, kind of the tutorial level of sorts. Here, the players are going to be switching camera modes in order to get a top-down view of Echo. That helps reduce lag frames and such. And basically, we need to do this for about 4 minutes because the game is on a timer right now. 4 minutes until it can progress the level. That's a quirk of the Dreamcast version of the game. The PlayStation 2 version, you can just get into the action right away, but for now, gonna have some... I like what Cheeky is doing here, just kind of vibing out, slowly rotating, his nose poked out of the water.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but it gives us time to like kind of talk about the run. So this is Defender of the Future. Like Grim was saying, this is the 3D reboot. It's not following the same storyline as the Genesis. I was about to say trilogy, but we'll say that just the Genesis timeline. So rather than having the asteroid, we have like this big old rock called the Guardian, and in this one, like humans and dolphins, they're bros. Have been bros for 500 years, and they've developed this intergalactic, nice little civilization, reaching out and offering dolphins human wisdom whenever they can, which sounds like a very human thing to do. You know, to go around telling other civilizations, you know, how great we are, how smart we are, and the vortex are called like the foe in this one, and the foe show up and they're like, "Oh, what's all this?" You know, and they start to attack. And the whole time, guess who's watching it unfold is the fourth Doctor himself, Tom Baker. He's watching it happen, and he's like just telling us the story, which we won't get to see because we skipped the cutscenes. But that's the premise in Defender of the Future. We're gonna be diving through timelines. We're gonna be fighting pollution, I guess. We're gonna be fighting evil dolphins, and we're gonna be fighting some aliens at the end as well. So a lot of bananery to go down.
Now this speedrun has been optimized a lot recently. Gotten down to sub 1 hour in game time, and funny story about that. Both Cronoon and I promised cheekychunk that once this game got to sub hour, we would learn it. And well, it's sub hour now, and Cronoon is actually keeping his promise, unlike me. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Crow?
It's been fun. Yeah, no, I had no idea. I was just like, yeah, you know, it seems like a fun game. But it's not gonna happen. And then, of course, I forgot, you know, if new tricks are found, you can just skip stages, like Hanging Waters. Anyway, I do like this game, and so just had Cheeky kind of tutorialize me through the game a little bit. And actually, I'd say a lot of the glitches, while funky, there's a bunch of them that are kind of simple. As we'll see later how simple they are. Some of them are not so simple, and I didn't learn all of them. But yeah, I'd say like if you wanted to learn this run, it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it took me 9 hours to just kind of chill through it, and then just last night, yeah, I got like 3.5 hours. Easy, like very easy time. That's about a time you'd probably get if you're starting out a glitch run.
All right, looks like cheekychunk has progressed. He's waited long enough for the cutscene to play out, and oh no, the Guardian just got shattered. There's been a big underwater earthquake, and that has messed some things up. We've got this poor baby whale stuck behind some rocks, but fortunately, through the power of friendship, we're gonna meet up with some other dolphins and save the day. And Brobey is gonna be doing the same over on his screen.
Making my way.
And what I like about this part is when you get your dolphin buddies, they like are copying you exactly, so you can they'll scream when you scream, they'll dance when you dance if you're flying in the air. They're kind of like, they immediately remind me of like an option from like a shmup game, like crap, I'm blanking on the name. Gradius.
Yeah, Gradius or Thunder Force or
Yeah. It would be awesome if you could just like glitch and just keep them through the game. It'd probably just be useless, but it's a really cool little effect.
Yeah, it kind of seems like a waste. Like, it'd be so cool if they could all sonar with the power sonar. Because later on we'll be getting this power-up, or learning how to use this power-up, which makes our sonar do damage, and we pretty much turn into a gun, which is kind of cool. And if we had those two guys, like, either side of our wing, we could do some serious damage.
Yeah,
Alright,
and it'd be easier to hit stuff.
now both have rescued the baby whales, reunited it with its mama, who's going to help us by letting us enter the next level.
Yeah, apologies for this camera angle, but it does save like 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, it gives us a nice view of the water surface effect.
Yeah, makes you think of Sonic Adventure intro. Here they're like tinking tink tink tinky tink tink, you know? Just me.
Oh, I know.
Sonic Team.
Exactly. Alright, don't split.
You guys can split if you want. We're running the timer on our end.
I've just got like a basic one just so I know how badly I'm gonna be behind, you know? So this is Perils. We've known about this guy having out of bound for a long, long time. And honestly, it's probably like the second most free out of bounds in the game. But we found, well, dude McBro, the God Gamer himself, found 2 new different ways of going out of bounds. Of these 2 new ways, I do one, and then Brobey does the other, so you'll get like see both in action, which is very useful of us. So for my one, I'm just swimming to an area, turning around, and the area is deloaded in a little tiny corner. Then I'm swimming out of bounds. And usually in Perils, there's a lot of backtracking. So you go into Perils, you help some people, dolphins. You beat up some sharks, and you learn the Vigor power-up, which is like the speed boost charging one, which allows you to kill sharks in 1 charge rather than 3. And then we have to go to trials and do some like bananery with that. And we have to go to 4 ways, and then we have to get the sonar and come back to Perils and back to trials, and it's a whole ordeal. But with this out of bounds, we can just skip all of that, which is very nice. We like everything we have to do to get to certain places to pick up certain things up. We don't have to do because we deload everything and we just go touch them, and we've got them. We just progress.
Which is very cool. It's normally a pretty long and very difficult stage that involves kind of playing chicken with a great white shark to grab a power-up out of its mouth and do some other shenanigans like that. And in chat right now, Estacako is pointing out, dolphins are people too. I agree.
Very true. My apologies to all dolphins watching. So right there, I just got the trials out of bound, which we have known for a while, but only thanks to Brobey have we figured out how to like actually get it in runs. And that saves about 40 seconds over doing it glitchless, where you have to get your new power-ups and you have to break open a crocodile cave. And right here, we're going to be discovering that Run of the Future is actually a golf game. So there's going to be a lot of these annoying sections. Well, not too many, actually, luckily in the speedrun, where we have to get a nice little chip in with some rock. And the rock there, it blocks the current and allows us to swim down here to get our sonar power-up, which we can use to break open this big old volcanic rock.
And to celebrate the golf, we could get some of those Arnie Palmer GGs in chat. Any SegaCrew subscribers?
Pretty mundane section here, but obviously you don't want to take damage because the momentum will like hit you backwards. There's free Vitalets. Oh, Vitalets! I totally forgot. So yeah, the kind of collectibles in this game are called Vitalets or Vitalites, or however you want to say it. And every time you collect one, your health bar increases incrementally. So, I mean, it's not a measuring contest, but you can compare me and Brobey's health bars if you like.
Oh, no.
And see how we're getting on. Although sadly, when we enter, there's 4 chapters or 4 timelines, and when we enter a new timeline, we lose the progress. The Vitalet's health bar increase is only like locked for every chapter, if that makes sense. So if we get a bunch in chapter 1, then when it comes time for chapter 2, it doesn't really matter. I got some pretty bad turtle RNG, but I should be able to recover it. Oh my god, I did.
See, in this section, normally you're supposed to acquire the Song of the Turtle, which will allow you to direct the turtle's movements and put it on top of the manta ray, which lets you get the power of stealth. But what Cheeky just did and what Brobey's doing right now is you can charge the turtle at a specific point and it'll just land on top of the ray, and that works just as well for getting the power of stealth.
I did want to point out, like, to beat the stage here, when you use the power of stealth, there's like a mirror of sorts, and like a echo just phases through it. Kind of a callback to Tides, and I think it's an Echo one as well, right, Grim? Where like you get stopped by another dolphin that's mimicking your movement.
Yes, yes, that's specifically in Tides of Time.
Oh, just Tides. Okay, but yeah, it's there's a few little things like that which aren't really plot related that are just, you know, they're echo things like that. It's cool. And actually, back on that stage, up and down, there's 2 secret-ish 2D stages, side-scroller stages that you can play, which are like specifically meant to be kind of like older echo stages. Kind of remind me of Under Caves, really. But they're cool, and you can get a bunch of Vitalets there.
Yeah, that's their primary purpose, since they only have entrances. They don't have exits or anything, so you exit the level how you entered. The first one is called Passage from Genesis, which is appropriate given that Echo got its start on the Sega Genesis, and the other one, I believe, is Pathways to Nowhere, which...
It's about Echo being a dormant sleep series now. Oh dear.
And over on Brobey's screen, you're about to see him get some morphing stars and morph into a fish to get through the grate and exit into Atlantis Lost, which Cheeky is playing right now. The main point of this level is to collect shards of the Guardian that have been scattered around the level when it was shattered at the beginning of the game. And most of them are fairly easy, nothing too terrible about them. The last one, however, is a little bit tricky, and you will definitely see why.
Brobey, did you get the Roaring Forces out of bounds?
God, no. I tried.
Okay. I think you're right on my tail, god damn it. I think it's because you get good turtle RNG.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I had to wait for a bit. Never
You're-
lucky.
Hole in
You
one
wanna
too.
you wanna explain how you think that it's to do with your angle in the waterfall rather than it just being RNG?
Honestly, now it's kind of been not helping me at all. So I can't even say anymore.
Mm. There was a little bit of cope that like it's not RNG. It just depends on what angle you exit the waterfall from. And yeah, that's a little it's probably a lot of baloney, but we like to think that it's a skill issue and not a RNG.
Mm.
Okami, who's slowly learning this game, is obsessed with the fact that it's because of my loading times and that I'm accessing some RNG pools, wink wink, by having faster loads. But honestly, I think it's an attack on my character, my person, and I refuse to believe it.
I think Okami is just having some Stockholm syndrome from all that Final Fantasy VII.
I have like I'm building a theory that RNG makes you hallucinate.
Yeah, I think a certain Star Wars has something to say about that.
Yeah, that's the main source of evidence. Just I have to say to all you speedrunners out there, and you got some big RNG, you can't do anything about it, and it makes you feel like you're going crazy. Well, my friends, if you keep on trying to figure out a way to manipulate that RNG, you have already gone crazy. There is no way. Please, just go back to your families and have some peace. Don't grind an RNG segment for hours trying to see if an input will make a change. It's not gonna happen. It's funny though.
Cheeky Chunk doing some SeaWorld shenanigans right now, jumping through rings, activating some devices inside some buildings, and that is going to help him get the last piece of the Guardian.
Don't look at the door I'm entering right now. It's a bit graphic.
Yes,
One of these days, I'll find out who was in charge of that door.
What do you mean? It's just a teardrop. It's a little
yeah,
bit,
what else could it
it's
be?
sad.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
It's because this game makes you cry. That's all. It's not.
Yeah,
There aren't any other innuendos.
yeah.
I like this room that Cheeky's in right now because it's kind of a callback to the library from Echo 1. This is when you sonar these objects, each one shows kind of a hologram of one of the different types of aliens. So, much like Echo 1 with the library in Atlantis telling you about the vortex aliens there. Kind of cool callback.
These are the foe, or at least this is the I don't know, the images they have of the foe. So we're learning about the enemy right now as we prepare for whatever it is we're preparing for.
It's
So Cheeky has to make a very precise jump.
Yeah.
These rings serve as accelerators, and just overshot it. Even the slightest movement while inside the rings can completely mess up your angle, make it difficult to make the jump. Now, that's something that's only a problem on the Dreamcast version of the game. On the PlayStation 2 version, it's automatic.
Just does it for you. It's
Yeah.
unreal.
Died into it.
We've got some people that are running PS2 and they enter the rings in such an awful, like, all over the place manner and still manage to get the target. So it drives me mental verifying.
All right, third time is the charm for Cheeky.
Me too.
Wait,
Oh.
Brobey, your third try?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay. This is your chance to pull away.
Oh. That's a sigh of relief.
Pat.
Oh, there we go. You were Keeping us on the edge of our seat, Brobey.
Oh, what the heck?
First try.
God damn it, Cheeky.
Just a couple cutscenes we're skipping there. All right. So we're gonna be heading out of bounds, grabbing something from the out of bounds, and then wanting to die so we can respawn with it inbounds. So right now, I'm taking damage from jellies. I should get 7, but I've only got 6, but that's all right. I'm gonna be lining up over here, doing some sonar in, and I want to charge in such a way that I sort of ride this wall, and then I pop out like so. Now we're gonna swim from the underside in. I'm spamming sonar
Oh, nice.
to lower my oxygen. And that means that when I do grab the harness, then it shouldn't be too long for me to die. There is a very funny soft lock you can do, because soft locks are usually pretty funny, where if you sonar at the same time that you grab the harness, you can, soft lock the game. Ecco really doesn't like multiple things happening at once. Now we have the harness, we can head. We're back in bounds, and we can head towards the exit.
Just to point out, this is a new chapter, so vitalits are reset. And also, plot-wise, this is a new timeline where man has taken over the world and enslaved dolphins. Truly unfortunate, but it's cool looking.
Yeah, the general plot of this game is after the aliens destroyed the Guardian, they went back in time and they stole the 4 noble traits of dolphins, which I believe are intelligence, wisdom, compassion, humility, ambition. That's 5. I said 4, but it's actually 5 traits. And so this is the timeline in which dolphins possess none of those traits. So they were dumb and they were gullible and easy for humanity to enslave. So humanity used dolphins to construct a doomsday machine. Of course, humans have long since gone extinct. So now we've just got a bunch of kind of dumb dolphins still maintaining the machinery.
Yes,
Yeah.
This is a puzzle stage. This is like the most puzzle stage. Just to point out. I guess it's kind of obvious, though, but...
Yeah. It might seem pretty boring, but Brobey found some optimizations in this, where we're, rather than letting so usually the machine can go to the end of the track, and then it's kind of bonk back into place. But if you stop it, then it's obviously going to save a little bit of time. And, I don't know, let's be the fucking... Oh, sorry. This would be the easiest one to TAS, if you like, because it's just straight sonaring.
It's kind of like... I think Rush Hour is the name of that puzzle game. It's a pretty popular
Traffic
one.
Jam. It's been under a couple of different names, but yeah, if you ever played that in elementary school, that's exactly what this puzzle is.
I mean, I think Cronin was saying on his stream that that's kind of the nice thing with this game as a speedrun, is that it's really varied. Like, you'll be doing some crazy bananas stuff 1 minute, and then next thing you know, you're chilling, pushing carts, beep boop.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a pretty intimidating at first, not knowing what to do and all that biz, but I just think, like, reflecting on all the different stages, it really explores all the different ways you can mess around with Echo. Even the ones where you just go out of bounds a bunch, there's just different movement, really using the 3 dimensions in cool ways, and yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel repetitive, which is really good for a hard game.
It's a really nice mix between just precise movement and the big sort of flashy out of bounds glitches.
Yeah, and I guess the reason for that is that in this game there's two kinds of exits. We have the cutscene exit where you gotta do something to make some movie play, and then that'll take you to the next level. Or there's just like a positional exit where it's like, put Echo here, you'll go to the next level. And yeah, unfortunately, if there's a cutscene exit, we can't really do much about it. But for all the positional ones, we do try our best to find an out of bounds, so we can just stick them there and call it a day.
On this level, Process That Never Ends, there's a pretty big out-of-bounds glitch that involves Cheeky. Are you going to be doing the...
I will. I'll attempt the fast one, and if I mess it up, I'll do slow.
All right. So what Cheeky is going to try to do coming up is intentionally die during a cutscene. That will cause the game logic to glitch out in a very beneficial way that will allow Echo to reload outside of the level, which will let him swim to the exit.
So you want to die nice and quickly, because the quicker you die, the longer the level will be deloaded when you spawn back in. Oh god, that was deloaded for a while. So yeah, when you spawn back in, very simple, just 90 degrees to the right and charge twice and you're out. I feel so weird saying to kill yourself. Well, to make Echo die, you want to put him along the floor. You want to really put him like in between the floor and the crusher. You don't want to charge like into the crusher because that would just damage him. But if you like put him in the floor, it'll like kill him instantly. Yeah, just one that Dude McBro found, and then Brobey helped make a reality, or help make consistent, and it saves a minute over the slower way, which kind of works on the same principle. You have a text bubble up when a cutscene plays. You skip away the text bubble during the cutscene, and you have control of Echo during the cutscene. And during the cutscene, to save resources, the level will deload stuff. But in that situation, we die, and the game goes, "What the hell?"
All right, looks like Brobey had a little bit of a soft lock, needed to reset. That's fine. Right now, Cheeky performs the freest of free out-of-bounds glitches in the game. There just isn't a wall there, and you can use that to swim straight to the end of the level. Kind of unfortunate because it skips a very cool boss fight with a gigantic crayfish-looking thing, but this next level's glitchless, and perpetual fluidity is somewhat notorious among players of this game for being rather confusing, has some very impenetrable hints from the glyphs.
Red, green, red with green, blue, yellow, no color, blue, yellow.
And what all that means is, hey, you remember the water temple from Ocarina of Time? That's what this level is. You just gotta raise the water level high enough to be able to reach the exit.
I mean, Chrono, when you did this, you looked at the glyphs and you kind of figured out, you know.
Oh well, yeah, first time. It's kind of linear a bit. Like you just go to the next tube that you haven't been in yet. But I still got tripped up again. I think there's one time before, I don't quite remember, but also after the last switch, you have to backtrack. And it's not very obvious, so there is another glyph that basically tells you that. And a lot of the tubes are closed off, it's kind of hard to find it. But it's the logic is simple. It's definitely, if you didn't read the glyphs, you would probably be spending a long time here.
I also just like the level name, Perpetual Fluidity. Just try saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't want to be Mr. Negative, but in terms of the speedrun, I really like this level because it just gives you a minute to breathe. Like, there's nothing funky to do. There is the possibility for an out of bounds. You'll be seeing it later, hopefully, if I can get it. Well, Brobey will definitely get it. That we do some funky stuff with the currents in this game. Oh, and that the currents and being in a wall and stuff like this can help like push us out of bounds. And at the moment, we kind of have an idea that we could go out of bounds in perpetual fluidity, but it's just not RTA viable at the minute, which is kind of sucky. It would basically involve putting you in between those wires and the lights in the ceiling, and that would that plus a fast current could help you pop out, but it's not quite there yet.
All right, toughest level in the game right here. Obscure Ways to Terminus. Gonna ask the question, can Cheeky jump? Got 1. We got 2.
Oh.
3.
Sorry. So I'm panicking because if you land Echo right on the fence, you can get like just hard stuck there, like I don't know, like a block of cheese on a knife, and that's a reset. So
the best analogy that I've ever heard. Stuck like a block of cheese on a knife.
Yeah.
All right, Sleeping Forces of Doom is the first boss fight in the game. Essentially, there's a current in this room pushing Echo around, and while you're struggling against that, you've got to knock these crystals out of the tentacles and into the giant glowy thing in the center of the room. You want to make sure that the tentacles don't hold on to the gems for too long, because otherwise they start to repair that machine in the center. Mainly this fight is about the accuracy of your sonar placement, as well as managing your oxygen supply, because dolphins, being mammals, they gotta breathe. So every once in a while you need to find an air pocket to refill your lungs. There is an out of bounds in this level. Unfortunately, it is completely useless because even if you get out of bounds, there's no way of interacting with the boss to damage it and spawn the end of level trigger. But this is taking place in the heart of the Doomsday Machine that the humans had the dolphins build. The dolphins' gifts of intelligence has been restored at this point. So they finally realize, oh crap, this is a Doomsday Machine. It's going to destroy the planet. So that's why Echo's working to break it.
Yeah. We don't really see it, but we find their intelligence traits just before the crayfish fight. And if you talk to them during perpetual fluidity, they kind of say like, oh my god, I just realized what the hell's going on. Oh, and yeah, kind of breaks your heart a bit when their intelligence comes back and they realize just how clapped the world is.
Yeah, nice twofer there.
Yeah, I don't really speak much, but you just with those crystals, you want to kind of sonar them towards the center. Often people are first learning this game, they'll try and just sonar them just willy nilly, but that's not really going to help because it'll set them off course, but they won't you know, hit the center. So.
And now we are in the third chapter of the game, Dolphin's Nightmare. Once the dolphins have had the gifts of intelligence and ambition restored, they became super aggressive and drove humans out of the sea. And Well, some of the dolphins kind of became oceanic Nazis and started oppressing and subjugating other marine creatures, and we don't like that. So we're gonna go mess them up a bit. Right now, Cheeky is going to be attempting the most beneficial out-of-bounds glitch in the game. It allows us to skip a really long level that has a pretty tedious escort mission in it. Saves about 6 minutes of time overall. And the way it works is Cheeky gets wedged in this corner of the wall and is going to try to swim backwards. And this combined with the current should push him out of bounds.
For some reason, they opened up where Cheeky is. They opened up this little nook in the American version. So the American version, it's currently impossible to get out of bounds. Please
Yes,
find a
something
glitch, someone.
we should mention. Speedrunning is done on the PAL release of this game because it was the first release of it, and as such has a few more glitches that were patched in later releases of the game.
I'm not getting it first try, so rather than kind of pray for a miracle in a crappy angle, just gotta restart there.
I've been having the worst sleeping forces, so take your time.
Oh, well, thank you, Brobey. We were pretty generous with our estimates to ourselves, but that's only because I have a fantastic track record with this game at marathons and hitting estimates, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You hit estimate during the GDQ hotfix.
The moving estimate.
Yeah, I mean, moving target, sure, but at the end you were under estimate. You were under the estimate that was on display
Very true.
on screen at the time.
My one and only underestimate.
Brobey cutting it very close on the oxygen there.
Oh look! Oh my
And
god!
pretty close on health as well. I don't think there are any fish to heal in this level either, so...
Oh no!
Thank the Lord and all his sheep. Okay.
Alright, looks like Cheeky has managed to get out of bounds in Caverns of Hope.
It won't PB, but it's a run. My goodness. Yeah, this one, it's a run killer. Honestly, it's very sucky. You're like 40 minutes into the run, you get the Caverns of Hope, and it's just a roll of the dice. If you were looking closely, there was this like sort of we call it the 6 or the black 6, just this little marking in the texture in front of us. And depending on Echo's dorsal position and relation to that, then we kind of decide, okay, if the 6 is left of his dorsal, a down and left charge will work, or if it's to the right, a down and right charge will work. Caverns of Hope out of bounds. It's not very clear cut. It's very difficult. You've got the current, you've got so many positions, you're working in 3D, like, if you get it, you get it. It's a bit bananas. So we'll see this dark tile appearing above me, and that's a really good sign because it tells me that, hey, you've made it to the end. You haven't wandered off too far from the course. I have a very good angle. Well, good for me. Where's Brobey at the minute?
I'm catching up.
Still on...
No, you don't. Oh no!
What? Is it a secret for me? Just catching up. All right.
I'm catching up.
Okay. All right.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after Caverns of Hope, the run kind of chills for quite a while. Obviously, Hanging Waters is coming up, and that's going to be a minefield. But yeah, Caverns of Hope is kind of like the main kind of run killer. So once you get that, you're like, oof, okay, we're going.
Now, Lair of Evil here also has another out of bounds, so I think you get it kind of a little bit later in playing through the stage, but still saves quite some time, like 4 minutes or something.
Like 4 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so also another one where Americans are left out shivering in the cold. Kind of neat
Which, to be
stage,
fair,
though.
isn't very often in the speedrunning world that PAL gets.
It isn't, yeah.
So, thank you, Team Hungary.
The gimmick of this stage is, well, first of all, it's like the old Nazi dolphin base under the sea, and you are an intruder, but you can stop being an intruder when you get tatted up with their sick tat, and it allows you to unlock doors, and some of the clan dolphins, as they're called, will just not care about you anymore. Except for one guy who's like just a jerk, really paranoid. But you come back here one time in the PAL run, 2 times any other.
Yeah, sorry. We can. So when you come back, you'll be like, bro, I literally just saw you enter here without a tattoo, and now you've got a tattoo. You think I'm that dumb? But if you hit the wall, his text bubble won't activate. So it's a nice little time save there for a second or two.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, pretty funny that all these dolphins are like black and white, and then there's Echo who's blue. And just because he's got the tattoo, they're like, what? Yeah, I mean, I guess he's one of us.
Yeah, and like these evil dolphins have, you know, the tattoos and the huge fangs and the spikes jutting out of them, and along comes Echo, and it's like, well, he's got the mark of rank, so he must be with us.
Yeah, there's so many.
That's why authoritarianism is bad, everyone.
There's a lot of like biological experiments going on in this timeline, so we probably just see him and think, yeah, I mean, what the hell? I've seen worse. So this is a funny level because it's totally glitchless, but it's kind of that thing of like, I don't know what you would call it, but kind of runner going blind syndrome, where you run a game for so long you can't see the time save for the time loss or whatever. And basically with this one, at the end of this level, there's a bunch of long ass tubes you have to go through and swim through to activate these turbines. But Brobey was like, why the hell do you guys do that when you can access them from the outside? And yeah, just rather than swimming through these long tubes, you can just access them from the turbine section itself. And that saves 2 minutes, which was really useful for getting the sub-hour. Just totally free, just a reroute.
That definitely is a huge problem in speedrunning and really any sort of activity where you're so used to doing it one way, kind of setting that routine. Sometimes it just takes a fresh set of eyes to notice, hey, here's this really obvious optimization.
Yeah, this game needs more runners. Grim.
I am hearing you. Yes.
I mean, he's watching it now. His eyes are on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it turns out one of the clan dolphins is actually working with the resistance. So she's gonna help us out. Busy activating the turbines here, and we are going to need to go find the generators to activate the hanging waters, and Generators are a little unconventional. Just keep that in mind.
Also, shout out to the sphincter doors.
Yeah, those are very David Cronenberg right there.
Yeah, shout out to the frame rate tanking sphincter doors. My God. Oh,
Little mini boss fight here. If you sonar any enemy, like a shark early in the game, for example, it will temporarily stun them and give you a chance to aim and charge into them. So you can kind of just that's pretty much the strategy for any kind of regular enemy like that. Just sonar, charge, and eat them. You don't eat them.
eat them.
No, I'm just hungry.
Dolphin?
Unfortunately, you cannot eat the fellow dolphins. And yeah, those whales were also like in a contraption controlling the shindig.
Sorry. When you mentioned them, I really had a moment of like, did I actually talk to them? But yeah, I did.
Yes. We saw the
Oh my
whales
God, that
hooked up to the
scared me.
generator.
Oh,
And now, Hanging Waters, the most infamous level in this game. If you remember the water tube levels in Echo Tides of Time, well, this is that, but in 3D. So there's an entire new dimension in which you can fall to your death. But there are a couple of tricks that make that less of a likelihood, and we'll get to those later. In the meantime, enjoy some beautiful visuals and some very chill vibe music.
this is my favorite section in the game. The first bubble section of Hanging Waters.
Of course.
Oh, damn, almost. Trying to be cheeky. Came up chunk. This guy's a little weird, but we'll take him. So you don't want to pick a bubble that's too far forward. And you don't want to pick a bubble that's too far off to the side. Because these bubbles, they have a chance of popping. Like if we took that guy over there, my God, would you want to make that jump? I wouldn't. He'll pop any second now. It is tempting to kind of jump to the next one, but I don't know. You just gotta stick to your guns. Picking a bubble is like, you know, like marrying a woman. You just gotta hope that she doesn't burst. And she takes you to where you need to be. Oh, this guy's actually sus. Oh, this guy's sus. Okay, I switched. Whoa, I've never done that before. That's kind of naughty. Is guy gonna go forwards?
Picking a bubble just like picking a woman, eh?
Yep.
Is that why you just,
Last minute
jump from
change
bubble
of
to
course.
bubble? What are you saying there, Cheeky?
Oh please! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I got nervous.
Oh.
Clearly.
Damn. I'm rubbish at picking women. Alright. This guy's a little too high up. Maybe I can get this guy. Oh, nope. Okay. No worries. See, now I'm just spoiled for choice, but yeah, you saw two of them right there just popped. It's time to read out some donations, I think.
Yes, I was actually just going to segue into Ed-A-Thon is benefiting Tiny Hope Village, a housing cooperative in Bryan, Texas, which is constructing tiny houses to help house the homeless community there. And we are asking people to donate directly at tinyhopevillage.org/donate. That way you can be sure that your money is going directly to the organization, no middlemen or anything like that. just a very cool organization, and we are happy to help out in this small way here, whilst also celebrating the games and characters created by Ed-A-Thon.
So there, if you don't get this shortcut, it's just faster to kill Echo. you're, okay. It's well, I'll do it again for you. It's quicker to kill Echo because you respawn in a really good location to then get the shortcut that you want to get without dying, pretty much. But then I fumbled the bouncing bubble section because I'm rubbish at the game. Like all these wacky out of bounds and glitches, it makes you soft, you know. Makes you lose your dolphin touch. Cool little skip here. If we jump like so, we will land through a checkpoint. So when we die, we'll respawn at that checkpoint. Hopefully. That was kind of far to the right. Yeah, I didn't get it. I'll do it again. And this time I'll actually get it.
You want to put some money on that?
A $5. All right. Pay up, Tiny Hope Village. Ah, well, there you go.
All right.
So, yeah,
and
sorry, that one saves 2 minutes.
as pointed out in chat, SegaCrew has dropped its second donation for the event, another $250 to Tiny Hope Village.
Wow.
Nice.
Great.
It's a good amount of money there.
Every little bit helps.
Only a little bit. Sheesh. So I don't want to. I don't know if this is still a secret, but Brobey has just got to Hanging Waters as well. He had a really fast Caverns of Hope earlier, and he's just been blasting through these stages here.
He's vibing now.
Okay. And while it might seem like he's hot on my tail, I do have faster loads, so you could kind of almost assume that we're neck and neck at this point, just to keep it kind of cool. When we finish, we'll be doing the load removal, I guess, mentally. So I have about 2 minutes 22 of loads in the run, and Brobey, I will say he has about 6 minutes of loads. It's inconsistent on disc, but if you say 6 minutes, then we can take away those times at the end of our run and figure out the winner. Even if Brobey finishes second RTA, he could actually like win the race. So it's very cool.
Yeah, you should keep that in mind. If Brobey finishes within about 3 minutes of cheekychunk, there's a good chance that he actually won the race according to the speedrun rules.
Or else we cope.
And I mean, Brobey is going for the death abuse right here to hit the checkpoint.
He'll probably get it first try because he's good at
He
the game.
did get it first try.
There you go.
Let's try to go for the pretzel shenanigans just to save
Oh,
a few.
I went for the pretzel shenanigans. I can't believe I did. I know.
Well,
I feel you. I feel your hot breath in my neck, Brobey. I feel it on my dorsal.
all right, got it.
I actually got a decent ice and fire skip, which was relatively fast for me, for my standards at least.
Hey.
Actually, unironically, Cronin has helped out a lot with that skip. He's kind of figured that if you just kind of keep whacking right on it, then you have a better chance of success, which is pretty good. So thank you, Cronin, for that that work, that data.
Oh, yes. And, yeah, also confirmed that can work on NTSC.
Yeah, obviously I'm on PAL, Brobey's on PAL. Big McBro, who's the glitch hunter, he's on PAL on a MU, I think. And we're usually finding stuff on PALs. We don't know 100% if it will work on NTSCU when we find it. So yeah, coming in helping figure out, hey, NTSCU, it's not that bad.
No, it's still pretty bad, but maybe not as bad as we thought.
Yeah. Definitely, if you want to start learning the game, you don't have to go running out to get a PAL copy. There's a lot of Echo to Dolphin before you get to this stuff. If you want to try and explain this one, Grim.
So, what is about to happen here is Cheeky is going to enter this cutscene here, and as we know, when you're in cutscenes in this game, you can still move. So, Echo is going to move during a cutscene, and the game logic is going to still think that he is underwater, but actually he's going to be leaving the water and going into the air, and something funny will happen. So now the game logic is confused, thinks that Echo is still underwater and can swim through the air, and this lets Cheeky swim directly to the final boss of the stage. Mutaclone is a pretty cool guy. He clones himself and shoots needles at you and doesn't afraid of anything. And we're gonna remove his shields by destroying these yellow power generator crystal things, whatever. But the tricky part of this stage is when Echo gets hit with that yellow gas, his controls are inverted, so left becomes right, up becomes down. Just real tricky to control. But that gimmick is also going to allow us to damage the boss, because we can trick the boss into swimming into that yellow gas cloud, and he'll be wildly confused momentarily, which will give Cheeky enough time to score some hits.
Oh, you bugger.
Brobey going for the air swim glitch in Hanging Waters, and naturally gets it. So
Didn't want to say that.
once you consider loads removed, so I think Brobey might actually be pulling ahead here.
I agree. I can feel him. He's pulling away.
Just with the hanging water sky swim thing there, if you mess up the your attempt at activating the glitch, you do have a second shot, but you can't try it the same way because it's related to the cutscene, and if you run out of cutscenes, you just can't do it anymore. So you really only have 2 shots to do it, and the second shot is still faster overall, but like a minute slower because you have to go to the next switch, which is pretty far away, and you have to swim a lot longer to get to the exit of the stage there. So it's a little bit risky in that sense. If you mess it up, you have to redo the entire stage. Or do it
Oh my
glitchless.
god.
Oh,
And this stage
that a
here...
little bit there, Cheeky.
What? Final chapter. Now we're gonna fight the foe, or Echo's gonna fight the foe directly, and there's 2 of the worst stages, hardest stages in the game, naturally being the end of the game. But before all that, crazy hard golf.
Oh my god! I got like a triple hit on the dude.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
What? Whoa!
Pretty wonky.
Well played. That was clean. Anyway, in this final chapter of the game, Echo has restored the traits of compassion and wisdom to dolphin kinds. So dolphins are cool again. They're pretty chill. They're nice. They work with humans. But without the final trait of humility, they were unprepared for the foe's attack. So the foe has taken root on Earth, and set up a hive. And right now, Cheeky is working on blinding the queen so he can successfully sneak in to the domain of the foe.
Damn.
So, you know, pretty basic anatomy, you know, 2 eyes in the front of the head, 1 eye in the back of the head. Pretty standard stuff.
What kind of stinks is like the last personality trait is in her mouth. And it's like, bro, if you just touch that, surely the tides of time will like fix the timeline, right? Just
Yeah.
like let her eat you, you know? But apparently no. Apparently you have to like blow her up or some crap. I'm a little bit lost in the sauce here. Give me a minute.
Brobey shooting a pretty low round of golf. Good stuff.
It's gone really well.
One of those holes is really rough. If you miss, the ball, the boulder can just like roll to the side where you can't even hit it into the hole, and it's terrible. It's really difficult to get it back into position. It's almost better to just die and retry.
Right now, Cheeky Chunk is glitching through a tube that lets him exit the level immediately.
Nice.
Very nicely done.
Pardon my French, but F hatchery, honestly. One of the
Yes,
worst.
the glitchless route for hatchery on Dreamcast especially is quite nightmarish because there's a sequence of events that you have to do that frequently gets interfered with by a permanently respawning alien shark. On the PlayStation version of the game, the shark has to stay once you kill it, but not on the Dreamcast original. So all in all, we can skip past that.
We wouldn't want
Right.
kids. We wouldn't want kids beating the game in a weekend, would we now?
Yeah.
I almost got stuck inside the egg. I just, yeah, I got
Nice. I just finished seeds, so you're quotation. Yeah, this is good. This is sweaty. I power, but
Right now, it's on. And it is. Anybody who is
we display all bitters. Or the sauce. Next one, we to
I've been advised Discord on the stream box at the moment.
being worked out. I'm just going to pretend like
Ooh.
everything's normal. So, Cheeky is entering the final boss fight right now, and it looks like Brobey.
Oh, who was this guy? Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh
Brobey
no.
got.
Oh,
I got
what
got.
the heck?
So that might
Don't
have
jinx
been
it.
it. We will have to see. But final boss, Heart of the Foe. Basically, we're going to give the queen a really bad case of heartburn. Gonna sonar these antibodies into the heart, which isn't too good for the heart. Then charge it, give her a bit of tachycardia. I don't think that human chest cavities look this vaporwave, so this is kind of wild here.
Time will come up when the heart falls off. When it just straight up detaches in a cutscene.
All right,
So-
and that is time. So that was what 106.25, I think.
I'm seeing 106.23 on my end.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's say
Hey.
23. So,
GG.
for context, that would mean I have a 104.01.
Okay,
Oh.
so
You can start to work out how Brobey is now.
all
You
right.
take away
So
6 minutes from Brobey's time, and then that needs to be lower than 104.01.
With all of their gifts restored, Echo had made dolphins complete again.
Brobey absolutely killing it on this fight.
In their eyes,
Oh,
wisdom
and
brought
time for me.
justice and peace.
107.30?
Intelligence
Wow.
made them the guardian.
All right. GG.
Compassion erased all
GG.
hostilities.
So 107.30,
GG.
that would be what, 101?
Yeah,
101.30, yeah.
Right, Echo's reality was restored. His quest became
I
one of
think.
the legends. His name was sung throughout time. And thus he became the immortal.
Who is that?
Shaking your hand, bro. Good game.
How much time did you
Alright,
lose in the
GG.
cavern?
The dolphin,
Uh,
defender of the future.
a lot. Well, I don't know. It was okay. The bubbles was awful. My bubbles was like
Oh.
third bubble or something like that.
That is crazy. Damn.
Hell yeah, that was really good. Like we
Yeah,
were late showing up, but then we really, got underestimated.
That's
Alright,
really good, yeah.
And I'm getting words that we should be good on audio and everything, so looks like a whole bunch of GGs in chat. Looks like everyone really enjoyed the race. That was really exciting. That
Echo's reality was restored. His quest
yeah, I mean,
became the legend.
it's a crazy game.
Yeah, that was
Original story
very
by
impressive.
David Brin, who I believe offered the Foundation trilogy of sci-fi novels. It might not be a trilogy; it might just be a series. But
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting parts to the run. It's great. From the out of bounds, just general movement, and even just what's happening with the game.
but
great game.
there is one pretty glaring oversight in these credits that I will point out is in the Dreamcast version. I don't think Ed was credited. Don't
At
think he
all.
was credited as creator of Ecco the Dolphin. I think they rectified that in the PlayStation 2 release of the game, but so kind of a big oversight there.
It's pretty major.
What the heck? Trying
But-
to sneak away at the old dolphin.
We all know what's up. We know all about Ed's glorious creation of Ecco the Dolphin. And we're about to see a whole lot more Ecco the Dolphin. As coming up next in Echo Block, I'm going to be running the Japanese version of Ecco the Dolphin on the Sega Genesis, which has some very interesting changes from the US and European releases. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. And we're going to go ahead and get switched over to our BRB screen as we get set up.